Hey there, comic book friends. I'm Travis. This is another edition of Monster Comics Reviews. I'm going to talk about superhero comic books. Not really a monster review though, because I got like 5 books to talk about this time. But that's okay. We'll talk about them. These are books for the last week of January 2014, so I think that's like the 29th, I want to say. So first off, we're going to talk about Batman and Robin Annual number 2. An absolutely great story. It's amazing how I'm going to continue to laud on Tomasi's writing, how he can take like 2 pages with Damian in it and then have a box that Damian leaves behind have so much Damian in it. It's just amazing. The basics of the story is Bruce is digging around in finding these like secret hidey holes that Damian had in the Wayne Manor, and one of them is a box that's for Dick Grayson, and so the story is Dick Grayson telling Bruce about the story that he told Damian about the first time that when he was first was Robin. So it's this great story about Bruce and Dick having this conflict of them first starting out, and then kind of what he did and some of those things, and it was really cool. It was really cool. It captured a little piece of Damian that we haven't had for a while because of course Damian's dead. But just really cool. The conflict between Bruce and Dick was really good also. Just a really enjoyable book. Worth picking up this this annual. I know some people have just avoid annuals because they think there's kind of one-off fluff that don't have to do anything. And I guess you could say that about this, other than it just further enriches the lives that Bruce and Damian and Dick all had together and whatnot. It really adds to that, which makes it really great and really wonderful. Next up is The Bounce number 9. The crap is really starting to hit the fan now. The military and the police have been fighting over this briefly deceased superhero body, which gets all kinds of crazy. Our main character, The Bounce, has gone back to heavily smoking a lot of marijuana, just getting totally stoned because everything just kind of sucks. His brother, the DA, is obviously hooked on all sorts of pharmaceuticals, trying to cope with just how bad things are spinning out of control. And Mr. Darling here basically hoses all of the military attaches that he was working with because he's got the information, he's got whatever it is he needs. And we come to find out that this guy has been eating this weird stuff, drinking this chocolate milk, and eating these like little candied lizards almost kind of thing. And there's something about those things that basically he's been traveling mentally, his mind has been traveling around through time, and he's kind of messing with stuff because he's about ready to pop something open and cause something really big to happen. So I'm kind of excited for that, to see what that's going to be. Really continues to be interesting. Nothing I would say, oh my gosh, anybody else should rush out and get, but just to me it's just really fascinating. There's just little facets of this thing that just make me go, wow, what is going on? Another annual, Earth 2, annual number 2. Basically, I like this. We basically get the entire backstory for this new Batman. We find out who the new Batman is, which of course we kind of all knew who that was anyway. But we get his story of how it is that he became Batman, why it is that Batman stayed the other Batman that died stayed the way he was, and we find out more about what this character's like, where his power is, and that sort of stuff. They throw in some other old school Earth 2 kind of stuff with the miracle pills that he's taking and whatnot. There's some screwed up names in this thing though. He says that he gets the miracle pills from Rex, who is a Metamorpho in the old DC, when technically Tyler is the person that he should have gotten the miracle pill from, because that was the Hour Man from the old juice. I don't know where the screw up happened at, or if that was their intention, just to kind of chuck the names and you reuse the names, but have them being used in completely different ways. That I'm not 100% sure on, but still a great book. Really enjoying it. It's cool we got the Batman history in this one thing, so if you don't care about the Batman history, you don't have to worry about it, and it's not going to tie up the rest of the title. Going forward, we're not going to get a lot of the title tied up, slowly squeaking out what his origin is. We got all nicely packed in this one issue, so we can just move forward, and that's pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. Okay, so here is the final FF issue. Sad to see it go. I continue to really love the kids. I don't know that I was very excited by this issue, though. The exposition of Ant-Man beating Doom and basically beating him down and all that. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't really care much for that. Like I've always said, the part that I enjoy the most about this is the kids and the stuff the kids get into, whether it's the Moloids or Bentley or whatever, just all their different nutty things. I look forward to the kids appearing somewhere else, and somebody else who has kind of a same sort of a wit that the Alreds did and Fraction did. We'll write them some more, because that's been really fun. It's been a fun book, but not necessarily my favorite as far as the ending. It ended. I mean, it really had a clean ending as far as that went, but it was just kind of, it didn't taste good going down. Lastly, Justice League Dark, issue number 27. Don't have a lot to say about this. It's part of the Blight thing, which I'm not collecting any of the books that have to do with the Blight crossover, which is a crossover within the crossover of Forever Evil, of course, which is ridiculous to have a crossover instead of a crossover. But the art, of course, continues to be outstanding in it. It still feels, DeMatteis's writing still feels a little too preachy, the way everything's delivered, and I don't mean preaching in a religious sense so much, as just that it's kind of preaching to us as opposed to just telling us the story that's going on and whatnot. And so it makes me not really excited and a bit concerned as we come out of the other end of the Blight, what this book is going to be like. I don't know, a bit worried. Anyway, that is it for Monster Comic View. I'll be back in a little bit, probably with some no capes. Have a good night, everybody.